Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Night Gremlin, and as I hinted in my last video, I'm going to talk about the new Star Wars. And, well, where are we at right now? We're at episode 6, 7, 8. We're at episode 8, the Last Jedi. And then we have Rogue One, but that's not really part of the main Star Wars story, so that makes sense. So, all in all, they've been doing it rather well. I liked Rogue One. It was a pretty good story. And, you know, it took place literally right before episode 4. And I liked, you know, Princess Leia at the end. It was good. It was a good Star Wars story, really. And I think the same thing of episode 7. However, episode 8 was the disappointment. And yes, it has received mixed reviews from the critics and the audience. And yes, this time around, I agree with them. Well, this might not be much of a video because I might not have anything new to bring to the table because I pretty much have the same complaints that you hear from everybody else. And let's start off with Luke Skywalker, okay? I was one of those people really looking forward to seeing him because he was one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Now, I'm no Star Wars fan. How do we put it? My knowledge of the universe isn't as in-depth as you can get from real fans, okay? But I do enjoy the stories. I do enjoy the movies. I mean that's about it. I've seen the movies. I haven't read any of the novelizations or the comic books. I haven't gone that far. But the movies are entertaining. That's about as far as I know about the series. And so I've liked it. And my favorite character has been Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill. Now, I will say I'm biased in that sense because I do thoroughly enjoy the fact that the actor is Mark Hamill, who eventually goes on to voice Joker in many adaptations, as well as the fact that he also voices the, what's his name? That villain from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin in the animated series. It's just, Mark Hamill is one of my favorite actors, voice actors. So I was really looking forward to seeing him in, you know, the new series. And seeing a little bit of him in episode 7 was just enough. It was a good tease, very good. We got to see him at the very end, and it got us pumped. It got us excited to see what was going to happen next time. And what they did with him in episode 8 was very, very disappointing. I wanted to see more of him, but I don't think we got to see the Luke Skywalker that we knew. And yes, I know that they were trying to develop his character, that he was this great hero, this legend who was broken down by his failures. But ultimately, he was still reduced too much, and his character wasn't the same that we knew, that this hopeful warrior, this hero, this wasn't the Luke Skywalker. In fact, Mark Hamill himself described it perfectly, that this wasn't the character, this wasn't Luke Skywalker from episode 4, 5, and 6. And he was very adamant about it. Even in early production, he was trying to suggest better ways to portray him. But ultimately, he gave in to the studio and did things their way. And this is the product we got. We needed to see Luke Skywalker kick some ass. We didn't get to see that. We needed to see some power, the true force coming from him. Because considering the fact that he defeated Darth Vader very early on as his time as a Jedi. So we were expecting to see this Jedi Master. He was supposed to be almost at Yoda level because he was extremely powerful. The way he advanced was very fast compared to normal Jedi. So in that sense, it was very disappointing. And of course, we have spoilers right now. The fact that he died so easily like that, it was very disappointing. I mean, I can understand the way that they killed him. It wasn't pathetic, but It was very lackluster. That's one of my complaints, okay? Now let's move on to Rey. She was extremely overpowered. I mean, sure, Luke Skywalker was overpowered in a sense, but he still had to struggle. He still had to learn. We saw him training. In fact, we did a training montage in an earlier series where he had to work with Yoda and build himself up for a little bit. He had to learn the ways of the Force. Did we see that with Rey? No. With Rey, she picks up a lightsaber and she suddenly knows how to use the fucking thing. And she suddenly has the Force. Let's look back again at Luke. His trial with lifting the ship out of the swamp water. He failed that. Yes, heroes have to fail a little bit and then they have to build themselves up. Rey never really went through any challenges. And other YouTubers have brought this up, which is why I'm talking about it now. But she just kind of coasted her way towards becoming powerful. And now she's able to competently face off against Kylo Ren. And Kylo Ren has been training for years. He's been trained by the best, by Luke Skywalker. I mean, really, even by the laws set within the universe of Star Wars. Kylo Ren should have kicked her ass many times over, okay? So this is kind of ridiculous, and let's talk about the elephant in the room. The reason we were doing this kind of stuff was for female empowerment, okay? SJW stuff. And sure, I'm fine with having female characters being strong, female leads, and having them not as side characters, you know, as the prize for the hero. I understand being progressive, but ruining a franchise like this is going backwards, okay? With the negative stuff out of the way. I did like to see Yoda in this new movie. That was pretty cool. But as for the future, of course they're aiming for episode 9, and I've heard word about another trilogy. I don't know what to think of the future of the franchise. Myself, like everybody else, I'm losing my interest. And I don't know what to think. They'd better pull out something big for episode 9, otherwise they're gonna lose it, you know? And I guess that's just the way it is. They really fucked up with episode 8. They went too far with this SJW bullshit, alright? I mean, sure, that sounds insensitive, but that's the way it is. So, yeah. That's about it for the video. I've expressed my frustration with this here. So, thank you for listening. Take care and have a good day.